Now at 11, we're following developing news, a car crash in Lexington, what we know so far. Plus, a new nonprofit is aiming to help young victims of human trafficking in Kentucky. Hear from the women behind it.
It's chilly out there, temperatures in the lower 30s as we speak. This is our sky view of Hamburg, and we have a dry night out there. In fact, here on Max HD, we are not seeing any precipitation, but this is going to change in a big way as we head on into your week. All the wet and warmer details coming right up.
ABC 36 News, Weekend Edition, starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Walker. Caitlin Shive has the night off. We begin tonight with developing news. The Lexington Police Department is investigating after a car crashed into a home tonight. It's our top story at 11. Police say the incident happened in the 1600 block of Russell Cave Road just after 8 p.m. Police say a vehicle left the road and hit two other vehicles and the home. Police say the driver of the car fled before they arrived. Police say there were no injuries to anyone inside of that home. The crash is under investigation. If you have any information, you're urged to call Lexington Police. It's been nearly 10 months since 32-year-old Jordan Morgan was killed. Morgan was the daughter of former state lawmaker Wesley Morgan and Lisa Foster. Foster is among a group of women in Madison County who are forming a nonprofit aimed at helping victims of human trafficking in Kentucky. I sat down with some of those women this week to talk about the need for what is being called redeeming hope. Lisa Foster knows heartache all too well.
I lost my daughter.
Her daughter, Jordan Morgan, was tragically killed in a home invasion earlier this year. And while she misses Jordan every day, she's turning that heartache into something positive.
Okay, I'm going to get my work done here. I'm putting my life into it. This is the last thing I'm doing. I'm passionate about it. And then I'm going to heaven to be with Jordan.
Foster is one of 10 women who are forming Redeeming Hope. It's a non-discriminatory nonprofit aimed at helping girls aged 14 to 18 years old who've all been human trafficked or sexually abused. Jamie Arnold is the House Director.
Human trafficking is a bigger problem in our state, I think, than most people realize. We are number 9 in the country for human trafficking.
Arnold says Redeeming Hope will provide education, therapy, and most of all, love to the girls who've experienced something no young girl should go through.
Worst thing that has happened to them yet in their lives, we want them to know that doesn't have to be their life, their legacy. There's life beyond that.
It's a calling that the women involved are passionate about.
It's going to be a home setting, not an institution, not a residential facility. It will be a group home, and we will get the children, out of foster care.
The women say there's still a lot of work to do and a lot of bridges to cross. The goal is to have Redeeming Hope up and running by summer 2023.
We are hoping to get a contract with the state because the children will be in foster care.
For Foster, an unexpected realization. Jordan was an advocate for human trafficking prevention.
She was on the task force for human trafficking in northern Kentucky. So when I hadn't even remembered that, when all this came about, I was like, oh yes, Lord, thank you. So it all just kind of went there together. But yes, I'm sure she's looking at her saying, you go, Mom.
Now, if you'd like to donate to their cause, you can find out how by clicking on this story on our website, WTVQ.com. Well, the search has ended for an East Bernstadt man wanted for murder in a deadly shooting in Laurel County. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says 56-year-old Bailey Smith allegedly shot and killed a man during an argument on Friday at a home on Old Crab Orchard Road near London. Sheriff John Root says deputies arrested Smith without incident at a business off US 25 just north of London last night at around 10:30. Smith was charged with murder in the shooting death of his brother, Grant Smith of London. Smith is behind bars at the Laurel County Detention Center. That investigation is ongoing. And the search continues for an escaped inmate in Casey County. The Casey County Sheriff's Office says 2 women escaped from the county jail Thursday morning. Angela Mason was found later in the day. However, the search continues for Chastity Burton. The sheriff's office says one of the inmates is a cook and had access to a door that allowed them to escape. Even though Burton is considered a level 1 inmate, deputies say you should remain vigilant and call 911 if you see her.
After a rough first half against Bellarmine, all eyes were on Kentucky's offense heading into the Michigan game, but it's the defense that stole the show in the Cats' 73-69 win against the Wolverines. Now, Michigan shot only 39% from the field in a back-and-forth battle. It was a balanced scoring day by the Cats, with senior Jacob Toppin and freshman Cason Wallace leading the way with 14 points apiece. Wallace really showed that he can be the Cats' closer in late-game situations, so that's something to keep an eye on going forward this season. Now, coming up later in sports, we'll hear from Coach Cal and Cason Wallace, so stay tuned.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, Lexington artist Horse Mania Project earned the highest bid during Friday night's LexArts auction at Keeneland. Wiley Cottle says he submitted several designs for the LexArts 50th anniversary. His design, called Sweet Cerulean, was chosen. He says it took him several days to paint the horse. About 35 horses were auctioned off Friday, including Cottle's. His horse raising $21,500. He describes his excitement of seeing his creation have an impact on that auction.
To see that number just climb and then break $20,000 was incredible. That's, I've never sold a piece of artwork for that much money. So to see something that I created, be sold for $21,000 is incredible.
Money raised during LexArts Horse Mania auction will benefit arts programs in Fayette County. And a popular Christmas market wrapping up this weekend at Mickler's Greenhouses. Mickler's says about 20 vendors took part this year, selling wooden toys, candles, pottery, jewelry, dolls, and much more. The market included live music with about 6 bands performing. There were also warm fires and Christmas pastries. Organizers say many of the vendors come back each year as people fill the space to enjoy the art and the atmosphere.
We built this space to be a community space. So when it fills with community, that's when it feels best to us. Every year we wonder, are people going to come? And then when people show up, it just really warms our hearts, and we're so excited that people are here today.
Mickler says they have wreaths, boxwood trees, and seasonal bulbs all set to bloom throughout the Christmas season.